So I'm thinking about something now for some reason that at first glance doesn't seem very interesting, but I think actually is fascinating. And what I'm thinking about now is continuity in filming. I'm thinking that when you see a film at the cinema, whatever, and you're watching a scene, maybe it's two men arguing in a room or whatever, you're watching the scene on the screen. And on the screen, it lasts maybe 10 seconds. The whole scene lasts 10 seconds. But I'm thinking the filming of that scene could have taken hours. It could have even been filmed over the course of days or even weeks in some cases. So you got two guys in a room arguing for 10 seconds. But the filming of the scene could take ages to be done. And then in the editing room, they put it together to make it into one scene. And I'm thinking about the continuity of that. There must be some guy or number of guys on the film crew whose only job is to make sure that things stay looking the same from scene to scene. So as I said, on the screen when you're watching it, the scene lasts 10 seconds. But the filming of that scene could take place over 6 months. And yet somehow the scene has to work together, and when you're watching it, it looks like it lasts 10 seconds. So there's someone whose job is to make sure that all the actors are wearing the same clothes, and they're wearing them in the same way, and that their shaving is the same, and that their hair parting is exactly the same. And if they've got a button undone on their shirt, it's got to be undone now, and it was got to be undone a month ago when I was still filming the scene. And it's just incredible that a simple scene can take months to film, even though it only lasts 10 seconds on screen. And there's someone whose job is to make sure that everything stays the same from start to finish, even though things take place over many months or whatever. So two guys go into a room and have an argument, and one of them's wearing a watch, and the other one isn't wearing a watch. And then a month later, they're still filming that same scene, and the guy that's wearing a watch isn't wearing a watch anymore because in that month, he's taken the watch off at some point. Or maybe he's bought a new watch and it's a different watch, whatever. But then when they're filming or when they're putting the scene together in the editing room, they're filming in one scene when the guy's got a watch on his hand, and then when they film a month later, he isn't wearing that watch, and yet they got to put the scene together in 10 seconds to last 10 seconds. And when one scene he's wearing a watch, the next scene he isn't wearing a watch. So I'm thinking that there's got to be a continuity guy on camera, and I think I've seen that job title in credits in films, continuity, whatever. It never registered with me. I never appreciated what the job was, continuity. It was just a word on the screen. But now I'm realizing it's a really tough job to make sure that a man's shirt is unbuttoned today, then they film again in a week and it is buttoned up. And then in the editing room, they got to somehow put the scene together. And in 1 second, the button's undone, next button scene is done up. And it flicks and changes. And it's just amazing the number of things that can be different from scene to scene when the scene is spread over a long time. I mean, I just can't believe that they managed to get it together. You got a scene that lasts 10 seconds, but the filming of that scene took place over 6 months. And somehow they got to make sure that the clothes are the same, that the shaving is the same, that the hair parting is the same, that if a button's undone, it's the same from scene to scene. So there's someone whose job is to make sure that everything stays the same. I think that's a continuity, whatever. And I just think it's amazing, and it makes me appreciate films a lot more. And I can appreciate why it costs a fair bit of money to see a film. But these are unsung heroes of film production. The continuity guy. And it's a tough job to get right as well. Because one scene to another, a shirt is undone, then it's done up, then it's undone in the space of 10 seconds. But it took 6 months to film that scene. It's really incredible, and I'm very impressed. It makes me appreciate filmmaking a lot more now. Sounds cool.